right, for the second card, I wanted to make a card that was using this new stamp. It's from Stampendous and it has feathers all over it. It is a beautiful stamp. Just look at the detail in these feathers. Isn't that stunning? Oh, I just love it so much. I'm so pleased. So for our card, what we're going to be doing, we're going to go ahead and fold up the card base. Okay. On the inside of the card, that's where we're going to put this lighter piece of the blue parchment paper. I highly recommend double-sided tape versus glue for sticking this paper in. Just going to go ahead and stick it in place here. There's going to be about 1/8 of an inch of black on all 4 sides. Then on the front of the card, we're going to go ahead and stick on this feather paper. Once again, I recommend using double-sided tape versus glue because the paper is so thin. You really don't want to accidentally create any warping by using too much glue. So we'll stick that on there. Then we're going to use vellum. Now what we're going to do with the vellum, because you can see that I love how it kind of just tones down that print a little bit, we're going to be gluing the vellum or taping the vellum down. But on the vellum, you only want to put double-sided tape only on the left and right side, not in the middle, okay? Because otherwise you'll be able to see that adhesive. So put double-sided tape on the left and right. We're going to stick that down. It's going to match up perfectly. Whoops, it's supposed to match up perfectly. I'm going to trim this real fast, you guys. Bear with me here. It's supposed to match up perfectly. Might have just ever so slightly. Hopefully this is the only one, but if hopefully yours is also matching up, but if not, you might have to trim it. Should match up perfectly with the feather paper underneath. So I'll match up just right on top there. Oh my gosh, on the bottom too. Shoot! Don't worry, I'm going to go back and double check that all of yours are cut correctly. There we go. It should be 5.5 minus 1/8 by 4.25 minus 1/8. So, just so you know, in case you're having to cut yours down. Alright, it's going to match up perfectly, there we go, with the feather paper underneath. So then you still have that even black border on all 4 sides. Then you have this amazing textured paper. It's made from cotton. And we're going to go ahead and put double-sided tape on that. And that's going to go on the left and right. And it's going to just cover up where that adhesive is for gluing or adhering the vellum in place. So kind of doing a little hidden area for where the all of the double-sided tape. That way we're hiding the adhesive there. Then I'm going to take my die pick here, so I'm poke out all my pieces for the feathers, because these feathers have a ton of little tiny pieces. So we're going to poke all of those out. Poking out all these fun feather pieces here. All right. That's feather number 1, almost. Oh, come on, little guy. These feathers can be just a tiny little bit finicky just because they are so intricate. And what I want to do is, I'm actually going to do 2 different feathers on the front. So you can decide which one is your most favorite for the front of the 2 feathers. And we're going to hope here that I was able to die cut all of the feathers, all the little bits of the feather, because like I said, this can be a little bit finicky because there are so many tiny little pieces in here. Oh, come on. I'm almost there. Almost there. Oh, come on, little guy. Alright, well mine's gonna be a little funky. But we're going with it. I may actually go trim out another one of these just so that way it's just a little bit cleaner here. Alright, well, you get the idea. Okay, So we're gonna do those 2 feathers on the front, and then we got a feather on the inside. Oh, this one's coming out much faster, much easier. Might as well just use that one on the front. Alright, lots of little pieces for these feathers. Oh, this one is just driving me crazy. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm going to just cut that one a second time, and I'm okay with that. Alright. Okay. So on the front, I'm going to do this elongated one, and probably this little short guy, and then this little, and then we'll do the mediumest one that will go on the inside. But I can take my scissors actually and just fix this real fast. I know, I'm spending a lot of time finicking with my little feather, but it's bothering me. Does that ever happen with you guys? Okay, there we go. Ah, so much better. All right. So what I love about this is that you have your one feather, all the feathers, the kind of the theme of this is you have your kind of gray and black kind of tones. And even though this on the inside lands a little bit more blue rather than gray, it still ties in with the card beautifully. And so I wanted to just adhere a couple feathers on the front, that way you get that beautiful intricate die cut shape that kind of pairs with that gorgeous feather background, which I'm just so, so pleased with. So I'm going to put this feather here, and the black all tying in, especially with the lines around the outside, and then the lining of the feathers themselves. So beautiful. And then we'll do this feather on the left side. All right, and I'm going to bring this one up just ever so slightly. Beautiful. And then on the inside, we'll just finish off the card by adhering our last and final feather on the inside, but we don't want to block the area for writing, and so that will go on the bottom on the right. What I love about this card is, of course, if you have a bird lover in your life, this is a great card for them, but also if you're needing a with sympathy card, this card could easily be a with sympathy card with the right sentiment. So for this time around, I'm not doing any sentiments on these cards because I'm kind of leaving that up to you. I don't know about you guys, but I oftentimes need a card like kind of last minute, and then I'm like, oh shoot, that doesn't have the right sentiment on it, darn. And so this is a great way just to kind of have some cards on hand that are really beautiful, very elegant, but that don't necessarily have a sentiment assigned to them, so then that way you can go in and add it with sympathy or happy birthday or happy anniversary if you would like to do so. So that's what we have for that card. All right, so that's card number 2. Thanks for being patient with me while I got all those little feather bits popped out. That was driving me crazy. All right, on to the last card.